I just said I did it because they were.
Good morning. It's 9:30. This is the report of Richland County Commissioners. And we're in session now. I'm Darrell Banks, Commissioner. My fellow commissioners, Cliff Mears, Tony Vero, Stacy Crawl is our clerk, and back in the back is Andrew Keller, our county administrator. And Troy, I'm going to let you start and we'll just have everybody introduce themselves.
Sure. So one of the services that we pride ourselves on as well, among the many, is we have a curriculum that we go to different schools and day habs to teach about self-advocacy. And so self-advocacy is talking about the life that you want, standing up for your rights and having a voice. And so these four advocates have been trained through the state of Ohio to travel with me throughout the state and locally to teach this curriculum. The great part about the curriculum is it can be taught in a various ways, from cognitive level, very high cognitive, to lower cognitive. And these four right here do an excellent job. We've been to Pioneer, Shelby High School. We've been to Open Arms. We've been to Choice Express, R&I Inc. Just a lot of local supports to help the folks there learn to be great advocates. So I'm going to stop talking. I'll let you guys introduce yourselves.
I'm Daniel Schaefer. I am just went through the program in December to learn to be a leader, and I'm looking forward to teaching the leadership teacher.
I'm Aaron McVeigh. I just recently started Project STIR not too long ago. I also enjoy it.
I'm Gabby Granger. I started Project STIR in, what did I start again?
2022.
2022.
Taught at Pioneer with Mitch and I.
What was that?
You taught at Pioneer with Mitch and I. Remember?
Oh, I taught with Mitch with Pioneer the other day.
I'm Mitch Berger. I've been teaching Project STIR. I don't want to say this, but I'm the oldest of these people teaching. I've been doing it
Please.
since what, 2018, 2017, 16.
I know how you feel.
Anyway, I love teaching and I love getting the word out that people can stand up for themselves. And I think that's where the world's headed. So here we are.
Thanks, Mitch. It's really nice because we had OSDA, it's Ohio Self-Determination Association. They reached out to us and said we would like for Mitch and Daniel to come up for a week to Cuyahoga to teach Cuyahoga County. 40 students from 4 different school districts up there for an all-week event where you get to really connect with these youngins before they transition out of high school. So we thought that was very nice of them to reach out. and just shows it's testimony to what these two can do. So thank you for having us.
Oh, Nikki Capel, I work at Richland New Hope and the Community Education Department.
Michelle Pease, the superintendent of Richland New Hope.
Joe?
Joe Jakubic, Ohio Edison, External Affairs.
And a horrible basketball player.
How horrible.
Good.
That
For the compliment coming from Tony, that's
Never trust a left-handed 6'4" guy for Madison.
who led the nation in scoring a few years ago.
yeah, thanks for reminding.
Like what, 50 years ago, before there was a 3-point line?
Stacy, is everybody online?
Alan Carl are online.
Okay, Carl Hunnell from the News Journal, or from the Richland Source is online, and Al Lawrence from the News Journal is online. And we have with us today Greg Kale from WMFD. So, anything else you want to add, or?
Any of our advocates want to add anything?
Get me with me.
I'm blank.
That's fine.
I'll just add a couple comments. We appreciate the commissioners for sure, your support of our agency through the years. What we do for people is very important in our community. We serve almost 1,500 people. So our reach is pretty wide. And then we can't do that without our partnerships and the support we get from you folks and others in our community. So thank you for what you do and thanks for having us up today.
We have a proclamation, and if I can read it or present it to.
These four advocates step up and go over there with Commissioner Banks, please.
A few of you go to my left, two to the right here. That's fine. Thank you for coming up. We really appreciate it. We do support what you're doing in this. It sounds like a great program. Glad you're enjoying it. So let me just read this. It's Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month. And whereas the more than 1,500 individuals served by Richland New Hope, their families, friends, neighbors, and coworkers encourage everyone to value and respect the abilities of other people. That sounds like what you're doing in your program right there. Whereas the most effective way to increase awareness is through participation in community activities, the openness to learn and acknowledge each individual's contribution. And policies must be developed, attitudes shaped, and opportunities offered, and allow citizens with developmental disabilities to live as independently and productively as possible in our community. Whereas we encourage all citizens, foster, support each opportunities that include full access to education, housing, employment, and recreational abilities. And the three of us have signed this. I will give it to you. Again, thank you very much for all you're doing. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
We have some gifts that we would like to give you guys as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Yes. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
Who's going bowling?
I'm on the team,
Oh,
but
you're,
I'm no good, so.
that's on my team then, I take it. Thanks. How good were you?
Don't go away. We got some questions.
That's not bad.
My recent trip to Bowling Alley, non-Special Olympics, was actually 101.
Oh, you're on my team. We have,
One, because you have.
Yeah, we had Witzel. She was an actual bowler. Feel free to stack her team again.
Carl Hunnell from the Resource.
Yeah.
Has some, Richmond Resource has a question.
Sure.
Okay.
Go ahead, Carl.
Oh, thank you very much. First of all of you that are bowling, stay off of Tony's team. I've seen him bowl. It's not something anybody wants to be a part of.
That is true.
Yes. The only he's worse at that and than others are at basketball. So he should leave Joji Kubik alone at all times.
Well, I'm still not as bad as some may write a Richland Source article. So, you know.
Wait and see. Election day is still a month away. All right, Michelle, Troy, either one of you guys, if you want to answer these questions, since you brought some folks in to talk about STIR, if you could, how many folks have actually gone through that program? How long is the STIR program? And when did it start? And what kind of age groups are you talking about?
So Project STIR, we received the curriculum out of the University of North Carolina, and that was in the early 2000s. And so the purpose of this curriculum obviously is to teach about advocacy and helping the students and the older adults learn how to stand up for their rights. As far as graduates, we've had a significant amount since 2022. We had a great year. I'd say we've probably graduated about, between the schools and the day habs, probably close to 100. We're currently teaching the curriculum at Silver Lining. It is on Bowman Street. It used to be like a Christian directory. You guys have passed it 1,000 times.
Church directory.
It was a church directory, yeah. Church directory. We're in that building. Aaron goes there. Him and I are teaching currently right now. What was the other part of your question there, Carl?
I guess what age groups are you looking at, and how long does it take for someone to actually go through the program?
So they need to complete the program. They have to go through a statewide training. And so that's in Columbus, Cleveland, Toledo, Cincinnati. It's usually in the big cities that they have to complete. They're there for 3 days. They stay the night, they eat meals together. They review the curriculum together in the evenings as well, so that they're prepared to teach. In the classes we teach we've been in the junior highs before as well. So we can go through from the age of 14 all the way up till
Graduation.
99. I mean, we have a wider range of ages that we can teach this curriculum to, and it's nice because you can adapt to everyone's cognitive ability.
Okay, that's basically what I needed. Thank you very much. Congratulations, guys.
Thanks, Carl.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Al, do you have any questions?
Yeah, are all your teachers volunteers, or do you go out and say recruit them, or how does that work?
So they're initially enrolled in our services, and I talked with our case management team. Who's a good presenter? Who's somebody that reads well? Because they have to be able to read well. They have to be able to speak well in front of their peers. And these 4 have done all of that. They do an incredible job. So it's they're enrolled in services, and I ask if they want to do it. And it's not just volunteer. They get paid $25 a class. And we're typically in there teaching the curriculum. It takes about 45 minutes. So $25 for 45 minutes to an hour is, it's nice because they're not leaving where they're working and not getting paid. They're making a paycheck. So.
Okay. For any of the participants, how do you feel about what you're doing, and do you feel you're being successful in what you're doing?
Yes, very much so.
Very much so, myself too.
Yeah, so too.
You guys want to talk anymore?
We meet these students that we teach, and we get a relationship over, I'd say between 8 and 12, maybe 13 weeks, and then we graduate them, barring if like we have to take a week off due to a holiday or whatever. But then they can look us up after we graduate them on Facebook or whatever. We could continue to help them if they so choose to want us to, we can. But yeah, we definitely leave our mark on society, and we're helping the community, the disabled community, especially.
Anything? Daniel?
I would have to say that with Project STIR, I felt that just felt like I couldn't do anything in terms of like speak up or whatever, but I feel like since, I was really nervous about doing the program in the beginning, but once I did the program, I feel like I have accomplished something and I really want to, move forward with that.
Gabby?
I don't know before Project Stir, like learning how to speak up for yourself, who you are, no matter if you're disabled or not. All I know is I think Project Stir is learn how to, all I know is maybe learn to stand up for yourself, speak up to probably maybe bullying, for example. That's all I
Good.
I get.
Thanks for sharing.
That's all I get.
Thanks. If you ever down at Walmart, second shift?
Yeah, second shift.
Second shift, you'll see Daniel.
Which one, Ontario or Possum Run?
Awesome run.
Daniel's very independent, drives on apartment, works down there, a great employee, so.
That all, Al?
Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, Al.
Well, you have our gratitude for doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Also appreciate it, and obviously you're doing a good job and serving the community, and you should be very proud of yourselves.
Thank you
Thanks,
very
Commissioner
much.
Banks. Commissioner Mears, Commissioner Vera, thank you. Appreciate your support.
See you guys soon.
See you next week.
That's right, baby.
Yep.
May have to leave that other meeting early.
Oh,
Give me a good lane, Smith.
No, we're gonna mess with your lane.
I figure.
You guys, suit up. I'm gonna interview you outside where I can put a light on.
Okay.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Evening for y'all.
See you again.
See ya. Yeah, man. Nice.
You're welcome.
You have a good day.
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks again. See you guys. Take care.
See you guys on YouTube, by the way, too.
You see me on YouTube, well, that can't be good. It's not TikTok, though.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you so much for coming.
That's for Aurelio. He's the dancing councilman.
oh, you're not gonna,
Oh, I'm gonna stand up. See you soon.
all right. Jeez, what's up with you?
Sounds like my wife.
Got your number.
Oh, didn't take her long to figure.
No,
I was sort of impressed with that.
Yeah.
straight shooter with upper management written all over.
Okay, well, we're gonna move on to other. Do you have anything you wanted to talk about?
Just real quick, I just wanted to let the commissioners know, I met with the Board of Elections and confirmed the polling location for the March 19th election that we serve. And just made sure that they're critical facilities in our system, so if some electrical issue should arise on that day, that we see priority restoration of.
Keep an eye on the polls during the polling, right?
Yeah. And then also, and I did with this, I met with Rebecca, just to let her know at the Johnsville Fire Department, I know it's right there on the border with Florida County. We're gonna do a live wire safety electric trailer
And I went to
demonstration.
the one out at the fire station on Main Street.
So we're doing it, when we can get it down here, because there's one for all of Ohio Edison. To try to get as many first responders or anybody that works in the communities to go there to teach them about electric safety.
There's one missing.
With that,
No place to vote in Belleville.
well, these are the ones Ohio Edison serve.
Probably AEP.
Right, they're AEP.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I always but I know they change in, locations and they give a list and I go through and I've provided Matt the locations of the utility that serves all their polling locations. Just so he's aware there's an issue that the utility he would want to contact.
Well, we appreciate you keeping track of this.
No problem.
Okay, and can I get a motion to certify the record of proceedings for February 27th?
So moved.
Second.
Thanks.
Yes.
Commissioner Bear.
Yes.
And can we approve the requisition?
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Banks.
Yes.
Rivera.
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes. Can we get a motion to authorize month ending appropriations and transfers?
So moved.
Second.
Fairbanks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mears.
Yes. Can we get a motion to advertise for bids for the precast concrete box culvert and wing walls at Forbes Road? That's in Worthington Township. So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Rivera.
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes. And Amanda Miller. She has a request that the commissioners consider renewing the IT proactive maintenance agreement terms for 1 year, 4 to 325 with King Office Services.
I talked to Amanda about this yesterday, and the terms of both of these contracts, actually the proactive and the disaster recovery, the terms are identical within the contract. There's a 7% increase in the fee. I'll make a motion.
Second.
Yes.
Commissioner Rivera.
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
Okay, and the other request from Amanda Miller at wastewater is contract for the for backup and disaster recovery services agreement.
That's the other contract, and by the way, she's very happy with their service. I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Commissioner Banks. Commissioner Rivera.
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Can we approve a resolution organizing the Richland County 911 Program Review Committee? There was some changes made by state. I
I'll
didn't
make
mean
that motion, and I've already updated our group spreadsheet to show that that's replaced the old 911 and updated the new code provisions as well.
Second.
Commissioner Banks.
yes.
Commissioner Rivera.
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
And last on our agenda is appointment of the 911 coordinator. And this would replace.
Do we need to do that considering he was in the resolution? Andrew? I mean, his name's in the resolution appointing him to the committee. I would.
This is
Multiple resolutions.
Okay.
I think we do because he's being appointed coordinator, not just on the committee.
Yeah, you have one resolution.
Okay.
appointing various resolution appointing Captain Sweat as the coordinator.
Okay.
Remove.
Okay.
Commissioner Banks.
Yes.
Commissioner Rivera.
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Hey, any questions from Al?
Yes, what was the reason for all these revisions from 911?
It came down from the state that we had to do this. They've changed how the committees are formed. How the committee, how many members and all that. It was state mandated.
October of last year, the Ohio Revised Code was amended to change some of the administration of 911, including chapter 128 of the Ohio Revised Code. And we responded to the changes. Consistent with the statute.
Moving towards next generation 911, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, what kind of changes are we talking about? I mean, just a rough example or a rough.
Now they're
description?
moving forward with what they're calling next generation 911. It's a high-tech form of emergency dispatch services. And so my understanding is this is a step that the state is doing to move in that direction. It's going to be a very long process. But they're sort of cleaning up the language to move in that direction.
And the composition of the committee has changed. For further detail, Al, you could always talk to Captain Jimmy Sweat because he lives this every day. He's our coordinator.
Okay, is this the committee that deals with how it operates and makes the recommendations for equipment and things like that, or am I thinking of a different committee?
One of their primary responsibilities is to review the final plan and make recommendations with respect to the final plan.
I don't know if you're thinking of it, Al, but there is another committee that's made up of fire chiefs, police chiefs. I happen to be on that committee as representing the commissioners. Who are working with this every day, and if there's issues, they're talked about there and can be handled at that level.
Yeah, that was the one I was thinking of, because I remember going to a meeting at one time. So it's that one that you just mentioned was a totally different committee.
Yeah, it's totally different purpose, totally different committee, but I'm sure there'll be some coordination between the two.
All right, now again, this one that you've made the changes in, what is the responsibility of the committee?
These, Al, are in Vice Code section 128.06 through 0.08. And again, their primary responsibility is to develop a final plan, which is a formal document that then is submitted to all of the political jurisdictions, townships, counties, municipalities, even entities like park districts.
Okay, final plan for what? How the system will operate?
Correct. The 911 final plan.
So in other words, how the different agencies are to be connected into 911, and how the communication flows, and like a organizational chart, stuff like that.
It's a large technical document that covers the implementation and operation of a countywide 911 system. And it's the role of the committee to maintain and amend that final plan from time to time.
Well, I tell you, even at home, you have to mute your phones. Especially when you get a ton of spam calls. I think that's all I had. Thank you.
Carl, you have any questions?
Nope, I'm golden. Thanks.
All right. Anything else to be brought up before the commission? Okay, at 9:56, we will stand adjourned.